when the narcissist encounters their match. Have you ever wondered what happens when a narcissist finally meets their match? Stick around because today's topic is all about that moment when the tables turn. If you enjoy this content, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with those who need it. Now, imagine this. The narcissist, so confident in their manipulation and charm, eventually crosses paths with someone who sees right through their facade. Yes, it happens. Just like when you first met the narcissist, you thought it was all perfect, that you had found someone special. But over time, the truth came out. The narcissist's mask slipped, and their manipulation was laid bare. But here's the thing. Narcissists don't expect to be outplayed, to encounter someone who's just as cunning, if not more so. And sooner or later, they do. You see, long before you met them, the narcissist was also vulnerable, manipulated, outsmarted, and even broken, probably during their formative years. Somewhere along the way, they decided to become the master of manipulation instead. Rather than grow from their pain, they turned it into a weapon, using deception and control to navigate their world. But the truth is, their downfall is inevitable. There will come a time when they'll meet someone who won't fall for their games. And that's when the narcissist meets their match. I can't tell you exactly who their perfect match is, but one thing's for sure. Narcissists are everywhere, surrounded by even more toxic individuals. Without diving into psychological terminology, it's becoming clearer every day that not everyone is as they seem. Narcissists, in particular, have a way of leading the pack in terms of deception. They told us one story while living out another entirely. They dangled future dreams, made false promises, and kept us on an emotional roller coaster. We were lifted to euphoric heights, only to be dropped into crushing lows. It felt like we were caught in a haze, trapped in the narcissist's game of devaluation. For that time, it really felt like we had met our match. That's a tough reality to face. I'm not here to upset, provoke, or anger anyone, but the truth is, when we encountered the narcissist, we were probably either kind-hearted, loving, and emotionally stable, and I believe we were, or we were wearing rose-colored glasses. We might have assumed others had the same pure intentions as we did, or believed everyone had our best interests at heart. But we definitely lacked solid boundaries and fell for the narcissist's fake persona. That relationship flipped our world upside down, immersing us in manipulation and deceit. Whether we realized it mid-relationship or afterward, it became clear that it was toxic, draining, and incredibly difficult. That's the nature of a narcissistic relationship. It's all smoke and mirrors, built on shifting sands. There's no real foundation, no stability, no shared values, no consistency. The narcissist will never keep their promises. They'll offer you the world and deliver nothing, all while trying to keep you lost in their fog. But in time, after the relationship ends and healing begins, you come to appreciate your freedom from that toxicity. You realize how strong and resilient you truly are, knowing that you'll never settle for that kind of chaos again. As for the narcissist, they probably moved on to someone new, maybe someone they already knew, or someone they were grooming along the way. But this time, they may have met their match. The truth is, the grass isn't always greener for a narcissist. In fact, it's often more like a desolate desert, because the person they end up with could be just as toxic as they are. That's when the tables turn, and the narcissist might be the one getting played. One thing is certain. The narcissist always overestimates their power. They did it with you, they've done it before, and they'll do it again. But when they finally meet their equal in toxicity, they're unlikely to enjoy the fallout. You and I are empaths. Radiant, kind-hearted, stable souls with deep empathy and love. Narcissists saw this in us from the beginning. They could sense our ability to care deeply and noted all the resources we had, our time, energy, money, and effort. But not everyone is made like you. Your unique qualities are part of who you are, just as the narcissist's traits define them. The difference? The narcissist can easily switch masks, erasing their identity when needed, moving on to their next target. When the narcissist was in your life, they stumbled upon something incredible. You. But now, you're realizing just how strong and resilient you really are. You've learned the importance of boundaries and how powerful the word no can be. Saying no to others means you're saying yes to yourself. And when it comes to the narcissist, that no must always be firm. You shouldn't be open to their attempts to draw you back in, and anyone connected to them is best avoided. They could be unknowingly acting as the narcissist's pawn. As for who they moved on to after you, it's often someone toxic, someone who will eventually hurt them. But don't expect the narcissist to admit that. In their world, everything seems perfect, like a fantasy full of rainbows and butterflies. The truth, however, is far from that. Narcissists often get played, and they were likely being manipulated before they even met you. When they found you, they saw your dreams and goals as something to exploit. Once they drained you and found a replacement, they discarded you. But here's the thing. The person they moved on to may not be who you think. They're toxic too, and not what the narcissist imagined either. And remember, as bad as your experience was with the narcissist, there's always someone worse. Narcissists are bound to encounter more toxicity as they navigate a world filled with selfishness and entitlement. This is what lies ahead for them. While narcissism might be spreading, empaths are also awakening. That's you, or at least, I hope that's you. Empaths who've been through the narcissistic ringer have a gift, empathy. We've survived, healed, or are in the process. And now we can spot a narcissist from a distance. We get to decide who we let into our lives, while narcissists are constantly hunting for their next target. But not everything that shines is gold, and sooner or later, the narcissist will meet their match, if they haven't already. Maybe they've already found someone who can challenge them. It could be the current person they're involved with, maybe a macro-narcissist, or whatever you want to call it. Whether it's your ex's new partner, or even someone connected to your family, like a parent or sibling, who knows? That person might be discarding the narcissist as we speak. They could be living alone, maybe in a rundown apartment, motel, or even their car. Who knows where they've ended up? I don't wish harm on anyone, but what I'm saying is, things are rarely as they seem when it comes to a narcissist. Their life is often far from what they project. What you went through with the narcissist was based on everything you brought to the table. Most people wouldn't or couldn't give what you did, and that's what makes you special. You're stronger than you realize, more resilient than you know, and that's exactly why the narcissists try to take everything from you, your love, empathy, energy, time, relationships, health, and more. But they didn't succeed. You're still here, and that's what counts. Now, let's look at the narcissist. When they meet someone who can truly challenge them, and they have many times, they suffer from serious narcissistic wounds. But instead of learning and growing from those experiences, they simply sharpen their tricks. They think, how can I perfect my game? Rather than reflecting on their humanity. Introspection and self-improvement are too painful for them. So, they keep tweaking their mask, hoping their next victim won't be more powerful than they are. Because if they meet someone stronger, they might not escape unscathed this time. The narcissist lives in a constant cycle of loss, but they don't even know it. They aren't focused on the present moment, but instead on what people can do for them right now. That's why, no matter how much effort, money, or time you invested in the relationship, it was never enough. They were always thinking, what are you doing for me today? You could have spent years supporting them, given them the world, or even funded lavish vacations, but to them, all that was in the past. They might even twist things around, saying, you did that because you're weak. But what happens when karma catches up? Sooner or later, the narcissist crosses paths with someone more ruthless than they are, someone who isn't worried about labels like empath or narcissist, but only about tearing others down. This is the gamble the narcissist takes in life. When they had you, they had something incredible. But once you've healed and moved on, you start to realize how lucky you are to have escaped. Meanwhile, the narcissist moves on, usually to someone worse, someone even more toxic. That new person may be manipulating them, slowly wearing them down. They could be setting the narcissist up for a big fall, and the narcissist, in their arrogance, probably doesn't even see it coming. Eventually, the narcissist will meet their match. Maybe it's happening now, maybe soon, but when it does, they better be prepared. The relationship you had with them was probably one of the toughest experiences of your life, but you got out. Not everyone does. Narcissists aren't immune to toxicity. In fact, they often attract it. They push people away and make enemies wherever they go. Over time, they find themselves more and more alone. As you move forward, remember this. After a relationship with a narcissist, there are layers to work through. You need to protect yourself, maintain your boundaries, and focus on healing. The narcissist's life will unravel in ways you can't even imagine. Maybe they're dealing with homelessness. Maybe their business fell apart. Maybe they've been dumped. Or maybe their kids have cut them off. Whatever's happening in their life, it's out of your hands now. This is your journey. You survived the narcissist, and whether you're fully healed or still working through it, the most important thing is to keep the narcissist out of your life. Don't let their toxic influence back in, and that includes the people still tied to them. The narcissist's downfall is inevitable, and it's already in motion. Don't waste any more energy on them. What they put out into the world will come back to them. The older they get, the worse it becomes. They tried to break you, but they couldn't. You're still here, standing strong. As I record this, I want to remind you, you're more powerful than you know. You've come this far, and you're not going to stop now. If this is your first time here, I encourage you to stay the course. Keep healing, and remember, you're out of that toxic relationship now. Slow down. Take time for yourself, and trust that the narcissist will face their own consequences. Sooner or later, they'll meet someone far worse than they are. It's bound to happen. Thanks for watching. Wherever you are, whether it's morning, evening, or night, know that you're not alone. I appreciate every one of you, and I wish you all the best. Take care of yourself. Keep your energy away from the narcissist and realize they're not going to change. They'll just spiral deeper into their own mess, and that's their future. It's only a matter of time before they meet someone who brings them down for good. Thank you again. God bless you all, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.